We are just leaving the central part of Mubi town and we are headed towards a rural community in the outskirts of Mubi called Billa Yadafa. Now, this is one community that has not seen a lot of development in recent years, being that some of the basic amenities present there were built in the 70s and the 80s, and these people are earnestly calling on the government for some sort of intervention. So we are heading there to hear and see what they have.
Billa, or as the locals here may add, Billa Yadafa, is a small village in the borderline between Nigeria and Cameroon towards the southern part of Mubi local government area of Adamawa State. Billa Yadafa has a population of roughly 7,000 people, with their major occupation being agriculture. Maize and rice are bountiful here, and the expanse of land they have is ideal for cattle grazing. This might seem like a normal settlement with people who have no major problems, but that is not the case. For several decades, these people have had to battle with the availability of potable water, and the only sign of power they have seen are the electric poles in the village that have never worked since they were installed years ago. We set out on a quest to find out the level of suffering of these people, and our first point of call was the palace of the village chief to intimate him on the purpose of our visit.
To abubuwa gaskiya muna son taimako da yawa a Yadafa, musamman dai abin da ya shafi hanya, abin da ya shafi asibitoci, makarantu da sauran matasa abin da za su yi. Su ne abin da muke so taimakon gwamnati na jiha da na federal idan da so samu.
We were taken on a tour of some of the old and non-functional facilities in the community.
Wannan abu an yi shi ne. Tun da aka yi shi, wannan bai taba yi aiki ba. Ba taba ba, sai dai ran da suka yi wannan abu, suka zo suka ja ruwa da generator. Sai suka nuna ruwa a can, daga nan shi kenan. Sun da baya aiki, mun kai musu kuka. Sai sun ce mu tone, za su zo su gyara. Mun tone bai sati ba sai su suka dauka kayan su. Sai suka bar mu haka yau.
Ironically, Billa is littered with borehole sites that have either stopped working or never even worked once. This contrasts with the immense issue of water scarcity experienced in the village.
Kusan baya aiki ba ma samu ruwa daga wuri. An yi gashi na overtang an tona bohol din ba ruwa kusan bai da wani amfani. Har yanzu muna amfani da rijiyar da tun zamanin Sardauna aka yi shi 1970s aka yi rijiyar gashi nan shine wanda muke supply da shi. Sai hand pump bohol da aka samu gashi nan guda daya su ne dai wanda muke samu mu samu ruwa daga ciki. A gaskiya mu ai neglecting namu seriously a wannan community in terms of rural infrastructures gaba daya.
We stop at a well, somewhere across the borderline between Mubi and Hong local government area. The well serves as the last resort of the Billa people when all sources of water have either been exhausted or have stopped working.
In a community that has about 4 different boreholes that are not functional, there is only one old and dilapidated borehole that works occasionally. And in situations where that particular borehole is not working, they have to resort to this old well that was dug about 20 years ago as the only source of water for a community that has about 7,000 people.
As we continue our journey through the village, one thing became certain. The people here battle with poverty every day, but somehow they have kept their hospitable spirit alive. Not having potable water is one thing, but when a community is left in total darkness for decades, even after electric poles had been mounted, it becomes an entirely different story of sadness, despair, and hopelessness.
Now there are electric poles lined up across streets in Billa Yadafa. The irony is the fact that successive governments have come and gone, and these people have not seen any sign of electricity or power for many years.
One of the community members saddled with the responsibility of fixing these boreholes when they are broken shares his experience in the village.
UNICEF ne suke kawowa da 'yan siyasa. To sai yazo ya kasance sai UNICEF sun zo suna bi. Suna ce to yanzu kam wannan aiki gwamnati tana kawo muku amma ba sa gera. Amma mu taimakon da zamu iya mu yi za mu dinga kowane gari a ba mu makanikai guda biyu za mu iya koya musu sana'an ɗin wanda in har ya kasance bohol nan ya ɓace ba tare da sai ko gwamnati ya zo ya nema ku ya zo ya yi muku gera ba za ku iya ku ɗan garin ɗin kowane wata kowane sati sai kuna iya ku haɗa ko da naira biyar sai in bohol ɗin ya ɓace sai ku haɗa ku gera ko akwai kayakin ɗin a cikin gari za ku iya ku je ku siya sai ku zo ku gera. A yanda suka koya mana sun ce mana in har muddin mun yi gera mutanen garin ɗin su haɗa ko da 2,000 ko da 1,000 su kuma su ba mu abun goronmu ba tare da harkar gwamnati ba don ba gwamnati ne ta neme mu ta koya mana sana'an nan ba su UNICEF ɗin abun da suka gaya mana.
He explains that a few of them were trained by UNICEF, but laments that the knowledge he has acquired in fixing boreholes has remained dormant because the villagers do not have enough money to buy equipment and materials for him to work effectively. Rusty pipes, non-functional taps and water points. The sight is saddening in Billa, and one cannot help but wonder, how do these people cope? In addition to the lack of electricity and potable water in this community, bad roads also constitute a major cause of the suffering of residents here.
Amma muna fatan a taimaka mana a yada fannin a samu mana full secondary school da kuma hanyoyin shiga daga Buladega har zuwa waje mu nan gaske ba mu da hanya. Sannan mu bisa local government duka mu ba mu da hanya, hatta duka mu bisa notorial zone. Amma abin da yake fida mu ba mu da hanya, ba mu da isasshen makarantu, ba mu da ruwan sha, matasa suna son aikin yi ba su da abin yi.
Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. This saying best suits the community leader of this village, who is saddled with the responsibility of taking care of his subjects, irrespective of the economic downturn or the lack of basic amenities they are faced with. In the end, the people of this village are left to pick up the pieces of empty promises that successive administrations have made to them. As we leave Billa, we leave behind a community with no water, no electricity, and terrible roads that have stalled growth and development.